Hello! How are you guys today? It is a beautiful Thursday in August. It's a great month. It just really is. So I just wanted to take a little bit and talk to you guys about some depression and anxiety, kind of like an uncut deal. And just tell a fun story. So a little bit of backstory. I moved to Columbus in 2014. The first year I was here, it was just miserable. I wasn't happy. I was very depressed the entire time. It's gotten a lot better. I still live in Columbus, and things have gotten just crazy better. I've made friends. I get to hang out with people on a daily basis. Like, it's gotten significantly better, which is good. But I had something happen to me this morning that really made me kind of think about depression and being at a young age and having depression, and anxiety and things like that. A little bit more backstory. So when we first moved here, I worked in a nursing home for a little bit, and it was kind of like a stepping stone job. So once I kind of got my feet on the ground a little bit with money and finances, I ended up finding a much better job. I started working for a hospice company, and it was probably about 6 months in. I discovered that I worked with the mother of the drummer of my favorite band. And I'm sure everybody knows who they are. They've gotten significantly more popular in the past year. But 21 Pilots, I actually worked with Josh Dunn's mom, who, by the way, is the nicest woman I've ever met in my life. She's so kind, she's so sweet, she's so caring. Like, she would take time out of her day, if I hadn't seen her in like a week or two or hadn't been to the office, to message me and be like, hey, is everything okay? Like, she's so sweet. And I kind of met her in the heat of my depression stage. Like, I was very depressed. I was crying every day. I cried every day for almost 3 months. It was miserable. And I just felt like I didn't have a way out. Now, 21 Pilots being my favorite band, they have a lot of songs that really hit you in a place where you're like, yes, this is me. I'm depressed, and there's hope, I guess. Like, you just are unaware. So one of my favorite songs is Car Radio. A lot of people know Car Radio. And Laura, being the kind human being that she is, I had approached her with this plan of, I'd been thinking about it for a long time, and I knew that I wanted lyrics on my body at some point in my life. I just couldn't pick any lyrics because a lot of them seemed very ideal for the moment in my life, but not for a consistent in my life. So there were a lot of songs that I was obsessed with and loved and would have loved to have tattooed on me, but after thinking about it for a little while, a lot of the lyrics that I wanted just they weren't going to apply to my life later on, because I know things change, and I know things either get better or they get worse, and you just never know. So Car Radio has a lyric that is, peace will win, fear will lose. It's a very popular lyric. It's a great song. Anyways, so I approached Laura and I said, I need your help. She said, oh, sure, honey, what's up? He said, will you have your son write this lyric for me as like a template so I can get it tattooed? She was like, sure. We planned it all out. She's like, text me on Sunday and remind me, and I'll be sure to get it, because he was in town that weekend, just kind of as like a break. So I texted her that Sunday, and she's like, I already got it for you. I was so excited. So I got the template, and I had to wait like a week or so just to save up a little cash to make sure I had the money for it. And I got it, and here it is. It is my favorite tattoo out of the 6 that I currently have. It brings so much peace to my life with how often and how long I've dealt with anxiety and depression, and just being able to look at it makes me really happy. It gives me a sense of peace. It gives me a sense of, all right, things do get better. So if I'm having a really bad day, I can look down at this tattoo and think, peace will win. It's fine. And I actually had never posted it on Twitter. So about a week ago, maybe a little less, I posted a picture on my Twitter and tagged Laura in it. And I said, thank you so much for your son's handwriting. I don't think there's anything in this world. There aren't an amount of thank yous in this world that I can say to that woman for all she's done for me. Amazing. Anyways, so I posted it on Twitter, and then I got up today and I had a message via Twitter, and it was from some lady out in California I've never met, never talked to in my life. And she said, thank you so much for posting your tattoo picture. My 14-year-old uses it often. And I read it so many times, and I couldn't believe that someone took time out of their day to thank me for something that a lot of people ridicule me for. A lot of people judge me for having tattoos, visible tattoos that they can see, and it took me by surprise. It was a happy surprise, but a little while went by and I messaged her back and I was like, you're welcome. I've dealt with depression and anxiety my whole life, and this tattoo is just a small reminder that things get better, and it just makes me feel good. And she said, my 14-year-old is in the thick of it right now, and she loves that band, and she uses those words. And I said, and she said, take good care of yourself. Oh, I'm getting teary-eyed thinking about it. So I told her, I said, just remind her that things change, things get better. She can't stay there forever. And you guys do the same. Just take good care of yourself, which is really hard to do sometimes. But it's amazing to me how many people deal with this, and yet people still make fun of it, or they still talk badly about it. I'm in no way a perfect person at all. I have my struggles, I've made my mistakes, but at the same time, I'm still ever changing, ever growing. And it's taken me a long time. Back in high school, I thought that was forever. I thought that for sure I was just going to forever be depressed, and I was forever just going to be upset. And then I got out of it for a long time. And last year when I had my depression spell, it was bad. I wasn't happy again. I was crying every day. I was just absolutely miserable. And when you take a minute to step outside of the box and look at the situation, it's fine to still be depressed. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. I know a lot of people who have depression that don't want depression, and it's kind of crazy to me. My roommates never had a spell of depression, which is surprising. Because for me, it was such a normal thing in my family to be depressed or sad for no reason. But I just wanted to take a second and let everybody know out there who's struggling with depression or anxiety, or just feels like nothing's ever going to get better. It does, I promise. Everything changes. Everything gets happier. And one day you're going to stop and you're going to look back on those times that you've had depression, and you're going to say, I'm so glad that I stuck it out. Now, I'm not going to promise that it's never going to come back, because it is a very persistent little thing that no one likes to deal with. But the more you grow, the more equipped you become with dealing with it. You find little things that help you through your day if you're having a bad day. You find people who care about you, who, although you've irritated them to the skies and beyond, will still go out of their way to make sure that you're all right. Be it family, be it a best friend, be it just random people that you work with. But take a minute, take a deep breath, things get better. And again, this tattoo is by far the best reminder that I have. And it's just a happy bonus that it was written in Josh Dunn's handwriting. And I'm not afraid to brag about it, because it makes me so happy. I've never met him, but he's done so much for me. and he doesn't even know it. So, thank you, Josh Dunn. Thank you, Laura Dunn. You're all very kind people. And the world needs more people like that. So another reminder. If you see someone today, smile at them, wave at them, give them a compliment, because you never know whose day you're going to make. I know that sounds incredibly cliche. I will be the first to tell you that sounds incredibly cliche. But the amount of truth that's behind it is kind of scary. All right, I've rambled for about 10 minutes, and that'll be it. I hope you all have a fabulous day. Find one little thing that makes you happy and stick with it. Everything gets better. Bye.